I used to come down here and surf and see the area degrading, and I thought, wow, it's just, what can we do? Like, there's no chance for it to get better. Surfers Appreciating Natural Environment started, and our byline, which becomes more and more important as time goes by, is don't destroy what you came to enjoy. Bells Beach is popular principally because of its international recognition through the Bells Beach or the Rip Curl Pro surfing competition. It's got a tremendous lineup of surf breaks. Surfers have been drawn to it like a magnet. In the early days when Bells really became known, people came to the area and they loved it, but I guess they didn't really understand the great pressures and the fragility of the whole area and how easy it is to undermine. People weren't even aware, I don't think, of the degradation cycle that was happening. From the early 1970s, lots and lots of people were coming to the reserve, and that population pressure soon began to have consequences on the terrestrial side especially, and has become even more amplified as time's gone on. And it's also spread in other ways. If you think about people leaving litter or people trampling over vegetation, not keeping to tracks. During that period, SANE formed as a means for the community to become involved in looking after the reserve and reversing that degradation pressure. It's not just the surf that's fantastic at Bells Beach, but it's also the Aboriginal history, it's the geology, it's the marine environment, which is now recognised through the Point Addis Marine National Park for its biodiversity, and it's also the flora and the fauna on the terrestrial side, which also has been recognised through the Otway National Park. I think the Corangamite Catchment Management Authority, as an umbrella group for this region, plays an important role in facilitating local community groups to do those strategically important on-ground works that would otherwise not be done by state government, whether it's parks or whether it's the Surf Coast Shire, who simply don't have the funds or the on-ground resources to do those works. The community, importantly, is often very knowledgeable and quite eager, keen to do stuff, and the thing we lack is funds, and it's putting those two together which is a really great help and resource for groups like SANE. Our revegetation work concentrates on putting back the local flora and restoring that ecosystem, but an equal threat to this whole ecosystem are the environmental weeds, and probably the unseen work is just simply removing the threats that would otherwise occur here and destroy and degrade the vegetation. All along this western side of the Bells Beach Road, it's all revegetation. Everywhere on the immediate other side of the road, nearly all of that is revegetation. Goat tracks were everywhere through the south side Bells Rincon headland, and enormous tracts of that have been revegetated. Some of it's taken 20 years because it was so degraded and had lost the topsoil. But now after a lot of effort, we've managed to reclaim a lot of that. Over and above that, it's trying to communicate the values to our broader community, because we understand that if we continue to put work in to fix it up, but the broader community don't understand that and keep trampling the vegetation, throwing their rubbish down, if they don't get on board as well, then we will lose. People that are coming to the area now don't have the insights that we had in 1988 when we saw it in that degraded state. What they see now is what they think has always been there. They don't understand that that could easily go backwards again.
Thanks.
It's been very useful to have the CCMA assisting us with grant applications, because grant applications just are killer, you know. There can be pages and pages of stuff that take a long time for the community to do. Our viability as a very small volunteer organisation becomes more robust, and it means also it's not just us, SANE, that's operating as this one tiny little community group along our coastline. We know that the CCMA are extending that same opportunity to others along the coast, and together, collectively, that's where we can really make an important contribution.